you're listening to an elementary lesson on Chinese Pod. I'm Jenny.
And I'm Jason.
Jason, today we're going to talk about driver or chauffeur culture.
Yeah, that's right. Somebody who helps you get around town, right?
Yes, and this is actually quite common among expats, at least in Shanghai.
It is. Like if your company sends you on an expat package to live in another country, they might also provide a driver for you.
So today we'll hear a very practical dialogue about communicating with your driver.
All right, so what is the key verb here in this dialogue, Jenny?
It's 接
Okay, so that's J-I-E, first tone, 接.
对
And what does that mean?
It means to pick someone up.
Yeah.
Not in a bar.
It's a much cleaner version of picking up, right?
对
So it means to either drive or actually to just go in person and to get somebody when they arrive and then take them to where they need to go.
Yes. Okay, I think that's enough information. Let's listen to the dialogue 3 times. 对话第一遍
先生，今天几点接你？
我今天加班，8点接我。
好，你孩子呢？
我不知道，你问我太太吧。
好的，我打电话问她。
第二遍
先生，今天几点接你？
我今天加班，8点接我。
好，你孩子呢？
我不知道，你问我太太吧。
好的，我打电话问她。
第三遍
先生，今天几点接你？
我今天加班，8点接我。
好，你孩子呢？
我不知道，你问我太太吧。
好的，我打电话问她。
All right, we're back. So first we're going to go through the dialogue line by line.
先生，今天几点接你？
Sir, what time do you need to be picked up today?
先生，今天几点接你？
Sir, what time should I pick you up today?
先生，今天几点接你？我今天加班，8点接我。
I have to work overtime today. Pick me up at 8.
我今天加班，8点接我。
I'm working overtime today. Pick me up at 8 o'clock.
我今天加班，8点接我。好，你孩子呢？
Okay, and your child?
好，你孩子呢？
Okay, what about your child?
好，你孩子呢？我不知道，你问我太太吧。
I'm not sure. You'll have to ask my wife.
我不知道，你问我太太吧。
I don't know. Ask my wife.
我不知道，你问我太太吧。好的，我打电话问她。
Okay, I'll call her and ask.
好的，我打电话问她。
Okay, I'll call her and ask her.
好的，我打电话问她。Okay, Jason, I know you once had a driver in China.
I did, kind of. It's not like the everyday go anywhere I want to go, but his job was to bring me to the school I was teaching at in Nanjing.
Fancy.
Yeah, I felt pretty cool.
Well, we'll get into more of the cultural stuff after the analysis. Now, let's look at the dialogue in more detail.
So in this first line here, we have, what is this form of address?
先生，先生。
And that's first tone, neutral tone, and that means sir, right?
对 So the driver, of course, is being very respectful, and
Yeah.
he calls the man 先生，先生。
So it's like Mr., sir. It's a polite way of addressing a male,
对
a guy.
对
And you wouldn't use this for children though, right?
不会
It's an adult man.
Yes.
Okay. And then he asks him a question.
今天几点接你？今天几点接你？
So there's that verb, 接, right?
对
And directly after that comes
你
you, right?
接你
So to pick you up, you just have to say 接你. You take the verb and then you put the you afterwards.
Yes.
Now the order here in this part of the sentence is different than it would be in English, right?
对，今天几点接你？今天几点接你？
So literally, today, what time? Pick you up.
是的，
Or pick up you.
Yeah, so you notice we put time before the verb.
That's right. And we'll see that again actually coming up.
Yes. So let's look at the man's reply. 我今天加班8点接我。我今天加班8点接我。
All right, so in the first part there, the verb we have is to work overtime, right? And how do you say that again, Jenny?
加班，加班。
Two first tones. And literally, if you break this word down, it's pretty interesting. It's to add or to do more. And then ban is like work,
Work.
right?
对
So it's like add work. I have to do overtime.
是的 And this word 加班 can be used as a verb in Chinese.
Yeah, you don't have to say I have to work overtime. You just say 加班.
对，我今天加班。
Yeah, so here again we have the 今天 coming before the verb, right?
Yes, time before the verb.
So I today work overtime.
So he tells the driver to pick him up at 8. 8点接我。8点接我。
This is a really good example, I think, of when there's the repetition of the verb and the repetition of the structure as an answer to a question, right?
是的 The question was 今天几点接你 And now the answer is 8点接我。
Yeah. So he asks him what time pick up you, and he says 8 o'clock time pick up me.
对，8点接我。See how neat it is.
Yeah.
What a
Nice
neat
and
pattern.
and structured, yeah.
Okay, and the driver goes on to ask about the man's kid. 你孩子呢？你孩子呢？
Okay, so we have 你, which is you, obviously.
对。
And then 孩子, which is second tone, neutral tone.
Yep, meaning kids or children.
Yeah, and so in Chinese, there's other examples that are like this as well, where there isn't a gender specified. So whereas in English, you wouldn't usually say your child, because the driver knows the child. So he would say your daughter or your son, right?
Oh, yes. But in Chinese, it's quite common and it sounds completely natural to use the word 孩子.
Yeah.
孩子.
It's clear to both of them if it's a girl or a boy, but for us, as the listeners, we don't know.
Oh, we're intrigued.
And then there's this little particle at the end of that is n, right?
对，你孩子呢？你孩子呢？ Essentially, this 呢 makes the question into what about, how about.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like after, it's like a way of asking a question in more of a suggestive tone or more of a, less of a direct question.
对，你孩子呢？
All right, and so his answer to that is, I have no idea. I'm not sure.
我不知道，我不知道。
So you can memorize this little fragment and respond whenever you don't know something. Just
不
say,
知道。
我不知道, right?
对
So the 知道 is to know and the 不 is to not.
对，不知道。And of course, the wife will have a better idea. 你问我太太吧，你问我太太吧。
All right, so yes, this is the best answer he could give. Ask my wife. So here we have the verb to ask, which is
问，问。
and so he gives him a suggestion by saying, you ask, 你问, right?
对 and we know it's a suggestion because of the particle 吧 at the end. 你问我太太吧，你问我太太吧。
So what is that 太太?
太太就是 wife.
Oh, okay, so he's like, ask my wife.
Ask my better half.
Actually, that's a pretty good translation, I think, because 太太is also like a respectful way of referring to one's wife.
对 because there are different words which mean wife in Chinese, but 太太 is the more formal and respectful term.
And because he has a professional relationship with this driver, not necessarily a personal relationship, he's using the formal word for wife.
对，太太。好，你问我太太吧，问我太太吧。
And he says, okay, I'll call her and ask.
好的，我打电话问他。我打电话问他。
Okay, so we have two people, I and her. In the middle, sandwiched in between, is two verbs right in a row,
Yes, two actions. One is 打电话，
which is to make a phone call, right?
对，打电话。And then 问，which we just heard, meaning to ask.
So I to make a phone call to ask her.
Yes,
Where in English, many times you'd have to add a little particle in there or some other like connecting word, like I'll call and ask her.
but in Chinese, with these sequential actions, sometimes you don't need any linking words.
Yeah, you just put them together in the order that they will occur and you're good.
Yes, 我打电话问他。我打电话问他。 Now, this is actually a very common phrase if you want to make a phone call and ask about something. So
Yeah.
it's very useful to memorize it.
All right, good. So let's go back and listen to the dialogue 3 more times, and hopefully you can pick up some more this time around.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Chinese Pod Trivia. Our first question is, how long will it take you to become an intermediate Chinese speaker using the Chinese Pod app? Is it A, the rest of your life? B, you should already be an intermediate speaker? C, 3 months? Or D, Chinese Pod has an app?
You should already be in.
Ooh, that is incorrect. The correct answer is C, 3 months. That's right. Head over to ChinesePod.com now to register for your access to over 4,000 lessons. Get the Chinese Pod app now on Google Play or the App Store.
"对话第一遍，
先生，今天几点接你？
我今天加班，8点接我。
好，你孩子呢？
我不知道，你问我太太吧。
好的，我打电话问他。
第二遍，
先生，今天几点接你？
我今天加班，8点接我。
好，你孩子呢？
我不知道，你问我太太吧。
好的，我打电话问他。
第三遍，
先生，今天几点接你？
我今天加班，8点接我。
好，你孩子呢？
我不知道，你问我太太吧。
好的，我打电话问他。
All right, we're back. Jenny, I have a question for you.
什么？
This dialogue is about a driver, but we haven't learned the word for driver yet.
哦，对
So how do you say driver in Chinese?
Driver in Chinese is 司机。司机
Now, that's 2 first tones.
You're correct.
S-I-J-I, right?
对，司机 And this word is mostly used to mean a personal driver, like a chauffeur.
Yeah, it's like a chauffeur. It's actually a more
对。
more direct, accurate translation.
Yes.
Because the person, in English, if you say the driver or a driver, it could be the person driving the car.
Yep.
But this means the person who has this profession of being somebody who drives a car for somebody else.
对，司机，司机
All right, so Jenny, do you have a Chinese pod司机?
我没有司
That's
机
too bad.
I don't even have a car.
Neither do I. I walk over here, so.
But you once had a 司机 when you were teaching in Nanjing.
Yeah, I think he actually worked for the school that my training company had a contract with.
Oh.
So I was supposed to teach at the school, and then the school would send the driver to pick up the teachers.
What a complicated relationship.
I know, but he was a cool guy. I practiced a ton of Chinese with him.
Actually, that's, I think, a lot of our learners, how they practice Chinese.
Exactly.
With their 司机. They listen to the Chinese part dialogue and then rehearse it with their driver.
Yeah.
And in Shanghai, I have to say it's quite common for expats to have a 司机 and a car. And actually, a lot of the times, the 司机, the driver, he actually owns the car. So you pay him a certain amount of money every month for both his service and his car.
Yeah, which is a really good deal because I
对。
think in a lot of other countries where this kind of service is less available, it's very expensive.
对
But in China, it can be pretty affordable, and you don't have to buy the car. He has his own car, and he makes a good living helping people drive around.
是的 Okay, that's it for our lesson today. Hope it was useful for you.
Yeah, and if you have any questions about any of the vocab or any of the cultural issues that we touched upon, come on to the site and ask away.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. 再见
再见.
As usual, ChinesePod provides an extensive selection of learning materials for this lesson on its website, www.chinesepod.com. You can access this lesson directly with the lesson number
1651.
So just go to www.chinesepod.com/1651 and you will find a transcript, vocabulary, and much more. The link again, www.chinesepod.com/1651.